Imagine that every experience in your life, whether joyful or painful, has a profound purpose. What if I told you that according to Buddhism, nothing happens by chance? Stay with us and discover how this ancient philosophy teaches us that everything happens for a reason. Join us on this journey of self-discovery and find inner peace by understanding that everything happens for a purpose. The Law of Impermanence. Understanding constant change. Nothing in life is permanent. Everything changes: seasons, emotions, relationships, even our own bodies. In Buddhism, this principle is called Anicca, impermanence, one of the fundamental truths of existence. Suffering arises when we resist this reality. We want happy moments to last forever and difficulties to disappear immediately. But life is a constant flow. The key is not to cling or resist, but to learn to accept each phase with serenity. Think of nature. A river doesn't stop or cling to one form, it flows effortlessly. A tree loses its leaves in autumn but doesn't suffer. It knows spring will bring new growth. We too can learn to let go of what no longer serves us, trusting that each change leads us to a new stage of growth. Accepting impermanence liberates us. It allows us to enjoy the present without fear of losing it and face challenges with the certainty that they too shall pass. If everything is in constant transformation, every difficult moment is just a phase, not a final destination. True, peace isn't about avoiding change, but flowing with it. When we stop fighting reality and learn to live with detachment, we discover a tranquility that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Stay with us as we explore how this ancient philosophy reveals that everything happens for a reason. Discover how embracing life's ups and downs can lead you to true peace and understanding. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our insights into mindfulness and wisdom. Let's begin this journey together, because every moment is a lesson waiting to be learned. Cause and effect. Karma in daily life. Nothing in life happens randomly. Every action, thought, and word we put out generates a consequence, even if we don't notice it immediately. This is the essence of karma, one of Buddhism's most fundamental teachings. Karma isn't about divine punishment or reward. It's a natural law like gravity. Everything we do creates energy that eventually returns to us in some form. Imagine throwing a stone into a lake. The ripples spread in all directions, altering the water's surface. Similarly, our actions create ripples in our lives and others. Some effects are immediate, others take years to manifest. But one thing is certain: everything we do leaves a mark. Karma isn't just about actions, it's also about thoughts and feelings. A person filled with hatred and resentment, even if they don't act on it, still shapes their reality with that energy. Someone who cultivates compassion and patience even in difficulties creates an atmosphere of peace around them. The quality of our life is determined by the quality of our actions and thoughts. Sometimes we see people who act poorly yet face no immediate consequences, while others do good yet suffer injustice. This may seem contradictory, but Buddhism explains that karma doesn't always manifest instantly. It's like planting seeds. Some sprout quickly, others take longer. Karma teaches personal responsibility. Instead of blaming others or circumstances, we can recognize that we have the power to change our lives by changing our actions and thoughts. A Buddhist story illustrates this. Student asked his teacher, "Why are some born poor and others rich? Why do some seem lucky while others don't?" The teacher replied, "If you plant apple seeds, you get apples. If you plant thorns, you get thorns. Each life is the result of countless past actions, and our current choices are planting the seeds of our future." Karma isn't about fate, it's about transformation. If we've created suffering in the past, we can always choose to act with more wisdom and compassion now. 3 ways we generate karma. Thoughts, words, actions. Each shapes our life and the world. A hateful thought may seem insignificant, but if nurtured, it can become hurtful words and harmful actions. Conversely, a thought of love and gratitude can transform how we speak and act, creating harmony. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our karma. By observing our actions and thoughts honestly, we notice patterns that lead to suffering or happiness. For example, reacting with anger to problems creates tension, attracting more conflict. Responding with calm and understanding breaks that cycle. Fostering peace. Karma isn't just personal, it's collective. Our choices affect our families, communities, and the world. When we cultivate generosity and empathy, we don't just improve our own lives, we contribute to a more harmonious world. Intention matters. Helping someone out of self-interest isn't the same as doing it from the heart. The energy we generate differs, which is why Buddhism emphasizes the purity of motivation behind every act. We've accumulated habits and experiences that influence us, but the past doesn't define us. Every day is a new chance to plant good seeds. No matter how many mistakes we've made, we can always start anew. To transform our karma, we can start small. Be kinder in speech. Act with honesty. Help others without expecting anything in return. These gestures may seem simple, but their impact is profound. Like a single drop creating ripples, every positive action contributes to greater change. Karma reminds us, we are the creators of our lives. We can't control everything, but we can choose how we respond. Each decision is an opportunity to move toward a fuller, more meaningful life. By understanding cause and effect, we stop seeing ourselves as victims of fate and start taking responsibility for our existence. This empowers us and allows us to live with greater peace and confidence. Accepting karma helps us see every experience, even the hardest, as a lesson. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we ask, "What can I learn from this?" With this mindset, every obstacle becomes a step toward wisdom. In the end, everything we do returns to us, not as punishment or reward, but as the natural result of our choices. When we live with this awareness, we act more wisely, creating a path of harmony and well-being. Attachment and suffering. Learning to let go. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises from attachment. We cling to people, possessions, emotions, and even ideas, believing they will bring us happiness. But nothing in life is permanent. When we cling to changes or disappears, we feel pain. The problem with attachment is that it makes us dependent on external things. We think, "I can't be happy without this relationship. I need this job to feel secure. If only things were different, I'd be at peace." But when we base our happiness on what we can't control, suffering is inevitable. Letting go doesn't mean we stop loving or valuing things. It means enjoying without possessing, being present without demanding permanence. A love free from attachment doesn't seek to control or cling. It flows with acceptance. When we release our grip, we find a freedom we never imagined. We realize we can enjoy the present without fearing its loss and live with lightness, free from the anxiety of trying to keep everything the same. True peace comes when we learn to let go of what we can't hold on to. The wisdom of acceptance flowing with life rarely goes as planned. From childhood, we're taught to fight for what we want, push toward our goals and resist when things don't go our way. But rarely are we taught the power of acceptance. In Buddhism, acceptance is not resignation or passivity. It's not about giving up or settling. It's about seeing reality clearly without resistance or struggle. Acceptance is clarity. It's acknowledging what is without needing it to be different to find peace. It's releasing the fight against reality so we can flow with life instead of against it. We often suffer not from what happens, but from how we resist it. If something doesn't go our way, we frustrate ourselves. If someone doesn't act as we expect, we get angry. If things change, we cling to the past. But life moves forward, with or without our approval. Resistance creates suffering. Acceptance allows us to flow with ease. A Zen story illustrates this. A farmer's horse ran away. His neighbors said, "What bad luck?" The farmer replied, "Who knows if it's good or bad?" Days later, the horse returned with wild horses. The neighbors said, "What good fortune?" Again, the farmer said, "Who knows?" Later, his son broke his leg trying to tame a wild horse. The neighbors lamented, "How terrible." The farmer simply said, "Who knows?" Soon after, war broke out, and soldiers came to recruit young men. But his son was spared because of his injury. What seemed like misfortune turned into blessing. What seemed like luck could have been loss. Life is a constant flow. Only time reveals the full picture. Acceptance isn't inaction. If something causes suffering and we can change it, we should. But if it's beyond our control, fighting it only brings more pain. Wisdom lies in knowing the difference. Hidden lessons, finding meaning in adversity. Life brings challenges that seem senseless: loss, failure, illness, conflict. But every hardship carries a lesson, even if we don't see it at first. When things don't go as planned, we react with resistance, anger, or sadness. But if we look deeper, we find that even the darkest moments teach us something. Buddhism teaches that everything is interconnected. What seems like an obstacle may actually be a necessary step in our growth. A famous parable. A man saw a butterfly, struggling to break free from its cocoon. Feeling pity, he helped it out, but the butterfly emerged weak, its wings underdeveloped. The struggle to escape was what strengthened it for flight. Similarly, our difficulties develop the strength we need to move forward. Suffering can be a teacher if we're willing to learn. It forces us to look inward, question ourselves, and grow. It shows us our weaknesses so we can turn them into strengths. In life, we don't always get what we want, but we always get what we need to evolve. A failed relationship teaches independence. Career setback redirects our path. Health struggles remind us to care for our body and mind. Nothing is wasted if we're open to learning. Mindfulness, living in the present. Our minds constantly drift, lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Rarely are we fully present in the only moment that truly exists. Now, Buddhism teaches mindfulness, sati, the practice of anchoring ourselves in the present, free from distraction. When trapped in the past, we relive old wounds or cling to faded memories. When obsessed with the future, we create imaginary stress over what might happen. But the present is all we truly have, the only space where we can act, feel, and experience life fully. Mindfulness isn't just meditation, it's a way of living. Eating mindfully means savoring each bite, not rushing unconsciously. Listening mindfully means truly hearing, not just waiting to speak. Walking mindfully means feeling each step, not being lost in thought. Most of us live in constant distraction, scrolling on our phones while talking to someone, thinking about work while with family, worrying about tomorrow while eating. We're physically in one place, but mentally somewhere else. This robs us of joy and increases stress. Mindfulness helps us reclaim now, deepening the practice, living wisdom. Every day, the journey doesn't end with understanding. True transformation happens when we embody these teachings in our daily lives. Let's explore practical ways to integrate this wisdom. Morning Ritual 4. Presence. Begin each day with this simple practice. Upon waking, take 3 conscious breaths before getting out of bed. Feel your connection to the earth beneath you. Set an intention. Today, I will meet whatever comes with awareness. The pause practice throughout your day. Create moments of mindfulness. Before answering calls, take 1 deep breath. When waiting in line for transit, feel your feet on the ground. At meals, pause to appreciate. Your food before eating, turning challenges into teachers. When difficulties arise, try this 3-step process. Name it. This is frustration, or this is anxiety. Feel it. Notice where it lives in your body without judgment. Learn from it. Ask, what is this situation revealing to me? Evening reflection. End your day with gratitude. Recall 3 moments you were fully present. Acknowledge 1 challenge and what it taught you. Send loving kindness to yourself and others. Deepening questions for your journey. Where in my life am I resisting? Change that's inevitable. What thought patterns keep me stuck in suffering? How can I bring more compassionate awareness to my daily interactions? The ripple effect. Remember that your personal transformation creates waves in the world. Your calm becomes peace for others. Your awareness creates space for deeper connections. Your growth inspires those around you. Continuing your path for those ready to go deeper. Start a 5-minute daily meditation practice. Keep a journal of insights and awarenesses. Join our mindfulness community. Transforming the mind, from suffering to enlightenment. Our mind can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes not from what happens, but from how we interpret it. Through meditation and self-awareness, we train the mind to pause before reacting, observe thoughts without being ruled by them, choose responses instead of impulses. This isn't about eliminating suffering, it's about understanding it. Every difficult emotion is a chance to grow. When we stop identifying with fears and worries, we discover a freedom beyond circumstances. Enlightenment isn't a distant goal, it's living with present moment awareness. By releasing negative thoughts and cultivating inner peace, we transform not just our minds but our reality. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and turn on notifications for more Buddhist wisdom. Leave a comment. Which of these teachings resonated most with you?